Some might get offended when I say this, but most men have no idea when a relationship is already dead, and they're the only ones still trying to keep it alive. It's like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. No matter how much effort you put in, nothing lasts. And here's the hard truth. If you ever feel like you're forcing a relationship, chances are you already lost her interest a long time ago. See, women rarely wake up one morning and decide, I don't want this man anymore. It's usually a slow decline, subtle signs that she's emotionally checked out while you're still fighting to prove yourself. But because most men are taught to never give up on love, they end up doing the exact opposite of what works. They beg, they chase, they compromise too much, and in the end, they lose both respect and attraction. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. A woman might still pick up your calls, still smile when you show up, and even keep you around in her life. But that doesn't always mean she wants you. Sometimes, it only means she doesn't want to be alone. Or worse, she just doesn't want to hurt your feelings yet. And the more you ignore those signs, the more you lock yourself into a relationship where you're the only one doing the work. In this video, I'm going to break down 5 clear, undeniable signs that you're not in a real relationship anymore. You're just forcing it. And once you see these signs, there's no excuse to keep lying to yourself. Because the moment you recognize them, you'll know it's time to stop chasing, start respecting yourself, and finally see where her heart truly is. 1. She gives you leftover attention. One of the clearest signs you're forcing a relationship is when she only gives you the scraps of her attention. Think about it. When a woman truly wants you, she prioritizes you. She's eager to share her time, her energy, and her emotions with you. But when she's already half checked out, you only get what's left after she's invested in everything else. Her phone, her friends, her work, her hobbies, sometimes even strangers online. Here's the controversial truth most men ignore. Attention is the purest form of currency in a relationship. If you're not getting her best, if you're only receiving the bare minimum, then you're already at a loss. Many men confuse she's busy with she's not interested. Yes, life gets busy, but no woman is too busy for a man she's genuinely excited about. She may have responsibilities, but she'll still carve out time for you because you matter to her. The danger comes when you convince yourself that those crumbs of attention are enough. You tell yourself, at least she still replies, or at least she still picks up my calls. But deep down, you know she's not invested the way you are. And the more you accept that imbalance, the more you're training her to put you last, because she sees you'll always tolerate it. Imagine you text her in the morning, pouring out a thoughtful message about how much you appreciate her. Hours later, she replies with a lazy "lol" or "thanks" after already posting 5 different things on social media that day. That's not busyness, that's priorities. She's showing you where you rank in her life, and unfortunately, it's at the bottom. When her attention feels like an afterthought, you're not in a relationship. You're clinging to someone who doesn't value you the same way. 2. You're always the one chasing. Here's the brutal truth. If you're always the one chasing her, then you're not in a relationship. You're in a pursuit. And pursuit is only exciting when it's mutual. A woman who truly values you will also invest, initiate, and show effort. But if you're the one constantly calling, texting, planning dates, apologizing, and trying to make things work while she barely lifts a finger, you're forcing it. A relationship is supposed to be 2 people walking towards each other. But when you're the only one moving, you eventually exhaust yourself, and she gets comfortable watching you do all the work. Many men mistake persistence for love. They think, if I just keep proving myself, she'll finally see how much I care. But here's the harsh reality. Attraction doesn't grow from pressure. It grows from desire. If she's not chasing you even a little, she doesn't desire you the same way you desire her. And women are smart. They know when they've got a man hooked. If she notices that you're always the one chasing, she doesn't need to invest. She can just sit back, enjoy the attention, and keep you around as long as it benefits her. Meanwhile, you're draining yourself, believing you're fighting for love, when in reality, you're just feeding her ego. You call her 3 times in a day, but she only calls back once, maybe the next day. You plan date nights, but she always shows up late or cancels last minute, yet never suggests alternatives. You're writing paragraphs, and she's responding with one-liners. Over time, you begin to notice a pattern. You're the one running after her while she's barely turning her head to look back. When you're always the one chasing, you're not her partner, you're her entertainer. And the moment you stop running, you'll see how quickly her interest fades, because it was never built on real effort in the first place. 3. You're more like a backup plan. One of the toughest pills to swallow is realizing you're never the main choice in her life. You're just the safe option she keeps around just in case. And when that's the case, you're not really in a relationship. You're in a waiting room. Here's how it plays out. You feel her energy isn't fully invested, yet she never completely lets go either. She keeps you close enough so you won't walk away, but never close enough for you to truly feel secure. That's what it feels like when you're the backup plan. You're available for her convenience, not because she's genuinely building something with you. This is why you'll notice a strange imbalance. She might be warm one day, distant the next. She shows just enough affection to keep you hanging on, but not enough to give you certainty. And deep down, you sense it. You feel that if someone better came along tomorrow, she could easily shift her focus without hesitation. The hard part is, as men, we often ignore this because we crave consistency. We tell ourselves, at least she's still here. At least she hasn't left me. But what's worse? Being alone or being with someone who sees you as a backup option? The truth is, being a backup drains your confidence far more than walking away ever will. When you're her backup plan, she won't prioritize your needs. She won't go out of her way to impress you, and she won't fear losing you, because in her mind, you're not the prize. She is. And as long as you're willing to accept that role, she'll never give you the real commitment or respect you deserve. Being someone's backup isn't love. It's settling for crumbs while she saves the main course for someone else. 4. Her friends know she's not into you. Here's a bitter pill to swallow. If her friends know she's not really into you, then you're the only one still living in denial. Women talk a lot. And when a woman isn't excited about a man, her friends are the first to notice. They see the texts she ignores, the way her energy drops when your name pops up, the lack of spark when you're around. And guess what? They're not going to tell you. Why? Because it's not their job to fix your blindness. This is where men often embarrass themselves. You think you're winning her over, but meanwhile, her entire circle already knows you're hanging on by a thread. They know she doesn't take you seriously, and sometimes they even pity you for trying so hard. That's not respect, that's humiliation. Now, here's where I need to criticize men a little. Stop ignoring what's right in front of you. If her friends never seem to include you, never ask about you, or act awkward when you're around, it's because they already know the truth. They know she talks about you like you're just there, not like you're her man. And instead of picking up on those signals, too many men keep fighting for approval that will never come. The reality is simple. When a woman is truly into you, her friends know it too. They'll tease her about you. They'll want to meet you. They'll get curious about who has her smiling at her phone. That's when you know you're the real deal. But when her friends treat you like an afterthought, it's because that's exactly how she sees you. Wake up, brother. Stop mistaking being kept around for being valued. If her friends already know she's not into you, then it's time you stop forcing yourself into a story you were never the main character in. 5. You're constantly justifying her behavior. If you find yourself constantly making excuses for her, you're not in a healthy relationship. You're in denial. And denial is the most dangerous place a man can live. You say things like, "She's just busy," when she ignores you for days. Or, "She's not really cold, she just has a lot on her mind," when she stops showing affection. Deep down, you know the truth. Her behavior doesn't match someone who's in love. But instead of facing it, you keep rewriting the story to protect your feelings. Here's the tough love. Every time you excuse her lack of effort, you strip away your own self-respect. A woman who truly values you will never make you doubt her interest. She won't need endless justifications because her actions will speak louder than any excuse. But when you're constantly defending her behavior, even to yourself, you're only proving one thing. You're afraid to lose her, even if she's already lost interest in you. Men need to wake up and stop romanticizing disrespect. Stop convincing yourself that her coldness is just a phase. Stop telling yourself that love means putting up with anything. Real love doesn't need excuses. It needs effort. If you're the only one carrying the weight of understanding, forgiveness, and explanations, then you're not her partner. You're her excuse holder. And the moment you accept that, you'll realize the relationship was already over. You were just too scared to admit it. The truth remains that if you have to fight this hard just to be loved, then she doesn't actually love you. Period. A woman who truly values you will make it obvious. You won't need to chase, beg, or invent excuses.